The postseason on EA Sports alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 20-yard line.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On second down, here's Pierce. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On first down, it's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Play action. It's Herbert. And he's got his big tight end here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not count.
And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Dameon Pierce
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions will strike first here, this wild card matchup.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy.
And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long. Better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they change their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And fights through one man. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will have a convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker. Here's a 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Stroud. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Ooh, the juke. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Rig alert, rig alert.
On 2nd down, it's Knight.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Stroud sets up the play action.
Rolling to his right. And he's got the man on the crossing route. That's Moore.
And the Cowboys are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the second quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Callaway, the return man. And Detroit getting set to go now.
They just did manage to sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They know that. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January. But, hey, here's the bottom line. There's 18 other teams that wouldn't mind being in this spot right about now.
Yeah, and you had to stick it to them, didn't you? Those 18 who are sitting at home right now. But you're exactly right about that. Your point about how daunting this is well taken, because it all depends on their mindset at this point. How do they break it down so they're not looking at this whole big road and saying to themselves, we got no shot. You got to break it down to this game right now. Win this one, then worry about the rest of them after this.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known the points won't come so easy again.
Fielded at the 33. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
Yeoman's effort on that last drive. 7 carries, got the touchdown as well. And the O-line probably got a little extra oxygen on the sideline in between.
And deservedly so, because they were also calling for him to continue to get the ball, because there's a rhythm that gets established, right? When you're running it well and the back's getting the ball and he's in sync and reading the pound away. Haven't been an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than he likes to run block. And that last drive, we saw the end result, didn't we?
Yep, and all were rewarded with a trip to pay dirt.
Now they'll go play action here with Stroud. Throw out wide to Walker.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Kyle Van Noy buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
19 Lions. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 55 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Ready.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. The ball carrier.
Touchdown! Chris Watkins from 13 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Well, that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it.
And here we go as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Detroit's offense ready to take over. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. And Oliver that time to want to get in there and bring him down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Fights off the defender. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete there to Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. 23 yards the pick up there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They give this one to their receiver, Watkins. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
2nd and 5. Play action. Stroud now.
Sliding out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Dragon 60.
Stroud here on 3rd and long. That is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Elijah Moore, 30 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Taken down by Pete Werner.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here in the NFC. A 4-5 battle that ought to be a tight one, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers doing battle with the Seattle Seahawks. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Walker once more. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a 1st down.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw, here's Stroud. To his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
No surprise.